It's a very big question, no? The search for happiness, because in one sense it is the most important question, because all of us are searching for happiness. As far as I know, I have not met anybody yet who is not searching for happiness. And if we look in all the history of the world, we can see that this is the quest that is driving the life of every being. Not only the humans, even the animals, they're searching for happiness. We want to be happy. The only problem we have is that we don't really know what is happiness. So we kind of like searching for some abstract concept. We don't really know what is happiness. Do you know what is happiness? You have some idea of what is happiness?
Contentment. Contentment.
Contentment.
Contentment. Some other ideas? What is happiness?
Absence of distress.
Absence of distress.
Feeling peaceful.
Peaceful.
Being present.
Being present. These are all good answers, but they are too small. We have to. Happiness is bigger than this. What you told me is a little drop of what we can call happiness. And happiness is an ocean compared to this. Some other ideas? Bigger ideas?
Sadhu Sangha.
Sadhu Sangha, which means
Association with the Vaishnavas is happiness, and separation from the Vaishnavas is miserable.
so association with the saints or
Yeah.
the sages. That's interesting. Happiness.
It's difficult to actually put it into words because it's a feeling, but I compare it to taste. When you taste something, it's like happiness because happiness has different tastes. You're happy for your children in one way, or you're happy for your friends in another way, or you're happy for your own self. But it's like different, like tasting different.
So happiness is an experience of different things,
Of different things,
different tastes.
and that makes your heart beat faster and gives you a feeling of more energy,
Okay, go on.
stronger, energetic. Happiness inspires a whole lot of physical things going on with the body.
So it makes your heart beat faster,
Yeah, it makes you stronger.
makes you stronger.
Sometimes even smarter. Like anger
Smarter.
makes you more stupid. Happiness would make you more brighter.
More brighter. We're growing. Yes, all this.
Happiness is not being blocked. Something is unending. It's blissful.
Aha.
It's expanding. It's continuous. There's no unhappiness.
This I agree. Happiness is something that cannot be blocked. And it's continuous and increasing. Now we're entering into something more substantial. Everything you said was true, but happiness is more than that. And whatever we can say as a definition of happiness, actually happiness will be more than this. In the wisdom of India, we define happiness by the word Sat, Chit, Ananda. Eternity, knowledge, and bliss. But the word Ananda doesn't mean only bliss, it means unlimited bliss. Unlimited, how to say? Now this is this word that we have to understand. What means Ananda? Because it is very important in life to understand what we are searching for. If we don't know what we are searching for, we may end up anywhere. But once we know where we want to go, the things are settled and they are clear. You know, if I say I want to go to Los Angeles, maybe far, but I will reach Los Angeles because I already know where I want to go. Then I can learn how to go there, and on my way, slowly, I can continue and progress until I will be in Los Angeles. So it's very important to know what is happiness. And for this, we have to inquire with all our life. We have to put all our life on the table. Because if we want to inquire about something which is very great, and happiness is not a small thing.
The part I don't understand is about that can't be blocked. Because you could be really happy and somebody could burst your heart.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden, so if it can't be blocked, I guess that concept is new to me.
That's new to you, and I'm happy. Then we will bring some new things in your life. Of course, this is new. Because yes, normally what we think as happiness, like everything you told me, it could be blocked. Like contentment, sometimes we feel contentment, we feel peaceful, and then after some problem comes and it's finished. So we don't accept this as a full definition of happiness. We will rather say that this is experience of temporary satisfaction. But this is not happiness. What we call Ananda is something ever increasing, and that fulfills everything you want in the core of your heart. And when you obtain this, you don't need anything else. Forever. But that's not something, okay, you got it, you got happiness, and then you're happy. No. It's the beginning of something, some newer experience, because happiness will always grow. That's what we call Ananda. I agree, it's a new definition. It's not coming from my mind, it's what I have learned and read in the very beautiful scriptures of India. I was also, how to say, I didn't know about this concept of Ananda, that there is something like this which exists. I was not even searching for this. But if I would tell you, okay, if I give you a small drop of happiness, like this, will you be happy?
Temporarily.
Huh?
Temporarily happy.
Temporarily?
The beginning.
It's better than. But will you be really satisfied if I give you just a small drop of happiness? How much do you want? Huh? You want unlimited happiness? Yes. This is what, we have to search in our hearts. Because the reality is approached by our heart, by the feeling of our heart. We feel in our heart, we want unlimited happiness.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Yes?
When you say search in your heart, what do you mean?
Inside, what you feel, what you aspire for. You have some feeling inside you. For example, sometimes some things you like, something you don't like. These are feelings, So you can search inside your experience, your existence, your memory, and think about all this. This is called contemplation. It's very important in life. You should not run always, blindfolded. We need every day sometimes where we stop and we think, what am I doing? Who am I? And the question, who am I, is a very important point to understand what is happiness. Because sometimes we don't know even who we are. Do you know who you are? Because once we know who we are, then it makes the understanding of happiness much clearer. Do you know who you are? Who are you? You're you. Oh, that's a good answer. Can you tell me more about you? You're shy. That's a good quality, we accept. Somebody little bolder can tell me. Who are you?
I'm an Aryan.
You are an Aryan?
Aryan.
Aryan?
Yeah.
I understood it. You are an Aryan, which means a human being,
Civilized follower of Vedic culture.
civilized, follower of Vedic culture.
Something else.
So you heard about the Atma, and you're not sure yet you can connect with it, but
I'm not sure what I feel that it's really, is that real?
yeah,
Or is my head playing tricks on me?
it is real. You have to believe your feelings. It's very important tonight. It is real. Everything you told me was wrong. I'm sorry for that. I'm not sorry, actually I'm happy because the answer is better. You are much more than this.
I'm not the body.
You are not the body.
Ever since I was little, I wanted to know about what the purpose of life is. And somebody said to me, why don't you go and look in the mirror? And I looked in the mirror and I was staring in the eyes, and then I got scared because it was like, oh my God, I don't know. I was experiencing that there's something else. But what I do know is that my consciousness, like my body has changed. It's not that body that looked in the mirror. And so I know that my consciousness is always the same, so to speak, but it doesn't change, it still inquires, but the body changes, so I know I'm not the body.
So when you were young, you were told to look in the mirror to know who you are, and you were not satisfied. And now you see your body has changed, but you're still the same person, so you can understand you're not the body. This is true. Do you believe that? We are not this body?
Yes.
Because the entire world is teaching us that we are this body. So if you believe that, that means you are very both. And it's good.
Can you describe some ways that the world teaches us that we are this body?
Can I describe you?
Yes, examples.
That will take ages. Everybody is teaching us that we are this body. They tell us that we are a man or a woman. You know, that's a big question nowadays. It became a big question. We know the answer, but they think the answer is in the material world. They think, so anyway, I'm not entering into that, but there is an answer. They tell us you are an American, or you are an Indian, or you are a Chinese, you are tall. For example, how old are you?
25.
25. No, you're not 25. You told me how they teach you that you are the body, and I'm asking you, how old are you? You tell me 25. No, that's the body who is 25. So that's an example.
Yeah.
You have been taught from always that your age is the age of this body. That's how they teach you that you are this body. You understand?
I get it.
Everything we have is identification with this body. How tall are you? 5'11"? No, you're not 5'11". That's what they told you. Because they taught you are this body. You understand? So all our identification is with this body, which actually we're not this body. So the sages of India, they taught us that actually we are something very much more beautiful than this body. It's a good news because this body is not so beautiful. Some people think they are beautiful. We are not so beautiful. If we look closely in the mirror, we are not so beautiful. But actually we are an angel. Do you believe that you are an angel? This is what the wisdom of India teaches us, that you are an angel. And actually even more than what we call angel. You are a divine being. Is that good news? So don't underestimate yourself. You are a divine being, completely divine. We say in Sanskrit, Amrita Putrasya. It means you are a son of the ocean of nectar. Oh. You are a son or children of the ocean of nectar. Amrita means nectar, and it means that which never dies. So we are the children of that which never dies. And Amrita means also happiness. So we are the children of happiness, unending happiness. Amrita Putrasya. And then this verse continues by telling us, so don't be satisfied by some inferior things. Your value is greater than this. You should not be satisfied with just an ice cream or some beautiful shoes or nice car. Don't be satisfied with this. You should search for more, because you are made to experience much more than this. You are made to have an incredibly beautiful experience. This life that we have presently is very, I don't know how to say it, shallow. It's not so beautiful. It is, we call it the material world. And in Sanskrit, the material world is named Jada, Jagat. That means the universe where everything is dull. There is no real feeling. There is no real beauty. Everything is dull. But we are not from this world. You know, everybody's speaking also about the aliens.
Yeah.
If they knew, actually we are all aliens, but in the good sense. Because we are angels. We're not coming from this world. We are coming from a very beautiful reality. The only problem is that we have been identified to this poor body and to this poor world. And we're searching the happiness in this way. Unfortunately, I will tell you, we will never, ever find true happiness in this way.
What do you think about people who say things like merging their consciousness with like AI, or like with like leaving the body but being able to like live through a robot?
No, that's further identification with the body. Now they want to extend the body to the robots with the AI, and that will not solve the problem.
That's further identification.
Yeah, that's going down. That's going down. We don't need all these things because we are much better than AI. You know, AI, what is AI? Artificial intelligence. I don't see where is the intelligence is this. This is the machine. Just repeating something, you know. It's not intelligence. Intelligence means consciousness. It means feeling. You know, when the ChatGPT came, I connected to the ChatGPT and I wanted to speak, and I asked some few questions, and after 2 minutes he told me, I'm sorry, I'm not a human, I cannot understand this because I cannot feel like humans. So I told him, so you don't know what is love? He told me, no, I don't know what is love, I'm not human, I can. So I told him, I'm sorry for you. I'm very sorry for you. I don't know how can I help you. He doesn't know, you know, this is a machine. So that's not intelligence, they make you think this is intelligence, then you think, oh, nice, this is a good machine, that's it. We are much more than this. We are angels, coming from a world of beauty and love. We should not identify ourselves with this poor world. We should awaken. Awaken? That's correct? Yeah? Awake?
Awaken.
Yeah,
Awake.
awake. We should awake and
Awaken. We should awake. Awaken.
we should awaken. Okay.
No, awake.
Okay.
No matter, we should do it.
Not woke.
We should awake or awaken, and we should stand up, and we should rise, and we should search for that reality of which we are heirs, because we are heirs of that beautiful reality, and we should have that very beautiful goal in our life. I want to understand really who I am, where I come from, and where I am supposed to be. What is my real place? Then life starts. Then you start to live. When you're coming out of the everyday, routine. You understand? Okay, you can find so many pleasant things in this world, but they will all stop. They will stop. So it's funny for some time, it's pleasant, it's agreeable, but then it stopped. And it was not that incredible also if we look afterward. It was not that incredible. We are searching for something very, very deep in our hearts. We want unlimited happiness. Because this is what we are made for. We are made to experience happiness, nothing else. We are ourselves made from happiness. But we have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten. So this is what he was saying was true, because the sages, they come and they tell us what we have forgotten and how we should reset our mind and our entire life to understand, no, that was all wrong, which is a very difficult step to do. That's why many people, they fear, about spirituality, because spirituality, it starts by understanding I was wrong, I made a mistake. It may look fearful for some person, but actually it's a very nice feeling when we understand that we were wrong, because now everything can start again and in a better way. And so what is this happiness that we are made for? Now let's come to the point, because that's what is important, and that was the subject. In India, the great sages, they tell us that happiness, or ananda, which is unlimited happiness, is actually something you will never believe. You ready? Can I tell you?
Yes.
You have to be ready. You have to be ready, and also maybe you will not believe me. That's up to you. That part I cannot do. I can only tell you, and I can try to explain you a little bit, and then you have to figure out within your heart if that sounds good or not. But what I'm going to tell you is something new that you never heard. Yeah, that's how we bring the tension. What is happiness? Actually, happiness is a person. Could you guess it? Happiness is a person. It sounds strange, no? This is what is the conclusion of the Vedas. Happiness is a person. A person from whom happiness emanates. And a person who is the source of happiness. That means real happiness means meeting that person. When you meet that person, then you know what happiness is. Now I have to explain a little bit, because it may seem a little bit reducive, we can say this? Reductive. It may seem a little bit reductive, but it is not. Happiness is a person, and that person is called Ananda. That's why his name is Ananda. His name is unlimited happiness. And when you mix that word, Ananda, with the word beauty, Karshana, it becomes Krishna. It makes the word Krishna. So this is what I have learned in my little life, but I can tell you this is a very beautiful concept, so to say. Because it's not a concept, it's a reality, but we conceive it. That if you can accept it, this will set a new vision in your life. The only problem is that, and the reason why we are here is that we can't accept that happiness is a person. That's the reason why we are here. And when we understand that happiness is a person, and that if we connect with that person, we will become happy, then we go for it. And when you try, it works. Because that person is really the source of happiness. And it's not a small person. Krishna is not a small person. Because Krishna is that happiness that we are searching for. Only we could not give him or give it any form or any, how to say, any, we could not conceive it. If I would have asked you how happiness looks like, we cannot say how happiness looks like. It's difficult to put together these two concepts, that happiness is a person. But when we understand this, it makes sense. It makes sense. And it's not only a person, it's a very special person. It's a person whose beauty is unlimited and who is made of pure love. So this person knows only one thing: love, unconditional love. That becomes more interesting. That means when we meet that person, then we will be introduced to something that we didn't know, which is love. Because happiness actually is love. Because this person is love, is the source of all love. And unfortunately, love doesn't exist in this world where we are. It doesn't exist. I'm sorry to tell you that. It doesn't exist. It seems that there is love here, but it's not real love. It's like a mirage. It looks like love, but it's not love. Love is something which is unconditional and which is which has the only desire to give without taking anything. Actually, by giving, we become happy. There was a German writer who was named Goethe, you know, Goethe. So he wrote a book in which there is this famous sentence. He said, better to reign in hell than serve in heaven. Have you ever heard this sentence? No?
Could you say that again? Better to what?
Better to reign
In hell
in hell
than
serve
serve in heaven. That's the misconception of everyone, because everyone wants to reign. And if you look it closely, if you want to control and to reign, then you have to find things that are lower than you, because you can only control and reign over things that are lower than you, isn't it? You cannot reign over or control something which is higher than you. It's not possible. That thing will control you, by definition. So if you want to reign, then you will always come in contact with inferior things. Because that's you want. That's what you want. You're searching to reign and to control. So you always contact inferior things. How can we contact something more beautiful? By serving. Because we cannot control something which is higher than us. We can serve. And that's how happiness comes. When we develop the understanding that by serving and by giving, then we grow and we enter in contact with something superior. Then only we can connect with that person who is the source of all happiness. It's not that he wants to control us. He doesn't want to control us. He has given us full freedom, isn't it? We are free. We can choose to be what we are, or we can choose to change. Tomorrow I can kill someone if I want. No? Yeah. That's freedom. America, no? Everybody can have a gun. I can shoot anybody. Or tomorrow I can decide I become a saint. I can. I have choice. But I have to understand what will make me happy. What will make me happy is to connect with the source of love, the source of unlimited love. Then I will be transformed. Because in order to be happy, we need to love. That means to give without expecting anything in return. Can you do this? It's hard. It seems hard, you know? Giving without accepting anything in return doesn't sound, it sounds like some kind of, how do you say it? Cheating. It's not what I have learned in school. But actually it works. If you try to give without accepting anything in return, then your life will become better. And then if you try to connect with the right source of love, and you try to give to that person, then you experience love. Because he is love. Krishna is the unlimited love. I'm sorry, it's a little bit abstract what I explained, but it's a hard question, you know. What is the ultimate quest for happiness? How we can understand that happiness is a person.
That was what I was going to ask about. So, like, is the purpose to meet this person?
Yeah.
That's the purpose of life.
That's how you can be happy. You can be happy. We can be happy by meeting that person who is happiness. It's like the sun, you know. If you want to be, you want to know what is the light, you can know only by facing the sun. When you face the sun, then you have experienced what is light. If you don't try this, you will never know what is light. So the same thing. Happiness, what everybody thinks some kind of abstract concept, is actually a person.
Is that person the Atma?
No. The Atma is a particle of that person.
Is it what?
Is a
Particle.
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 That person is the origin of everything that exists. That's why the people, they can't see God. No, they say, no, I don't believe in God because I cannot see. Can you show me God? Actually, it's very easy. Everything around you is God. There is nothing that you can see which is not God.
That service that you speak about, I think women are fortunate because we feel that with our children.
Yes.
We give and expect nothing, and we're happy to give. But other than our children, it feels like exploitation.
No.
It's hard to feel that other than feeling it in a material sense, that instinct, mother.
Yeah, I understand. Because in this world, everybody who you will serve will exploit you. But not Krishna. Krishna will never exploit you. So if you learn to love unconditionally and serve Krishna, naturally you will also love everybody. It's concomitant. It cannot be separated. If you love Krishna, then you will love everybody. Why? Because he loves everybody. So you cannot love him and not love everybody. It's not possible.
Because he's a person.
Because he is a person, you know.
Also.
If I say I love you but I don't love your daughter, I'm sorry, I love you very much, but your daughter, I don't like her. Will you believe that I love you?
Yeah, well, I still very confused about the whole concept of love and that person. It's still
Yeah,
going.
it's not an easy thing to understand that happiness and love is a person. But that's the whole point. Once we understand that what we are searching for, happiness is a person, then it makes everything simple because after it's, as they said, it's all about contacting this person. And then the more you contact this person, the more you become happy. You can just try. As we said, I don't know. The proof of the pudding is in the
Tasting.
tasting. If you try to go closer to that person, you will see love will come in your life and happiness. It's obliged. Because if you go toward the sun, you will feel warmer and brighter. That's what you will experience, light and heat. And if you go toward this person who is the origin of love, then you will experience. I can defy you. We can make an experience. Because this is what he is. You are lucky that you can know this. That happiness is a person. And then if you want to be happy, then you have to become closer to that person. And the day you will meet that person, then your happiness will know no end. Your life will be just an ocean of happiness, growing and growing and growing at every second, because this is what he is. He's not a person like us. He's a person that wants to make you happy. The only goal of this person is to make you happy. And he loves you like nobody loves you, because he's the embodiment of love. So you have nothing to fear, nothing to lose to meet such a person. He's the person for whom you are made for. My grammar is not perfect. For whom you are made, it's correct? Okay. We are made to meet him. We are made to love him. He already loves us. From his side, he has already given everything. He already loves us unlimitedly. He's just very shy, so he remains hidden. Because he wants us to find out by ourselves. This is the quest of love. It has to come from the core of our heart. Cannot be imposed, If it would be imposed, then love cannot exist. So he gives us that freedom, and he waits that we can find him. And he's here at every step in our life. He's in our heart. He's in every atom of the universe. That's why the scientists, they don't understand anything. I'm sorry. I like science. I always look what is the news in science. They just don't understand anything. They're just more and more confused. They make more discoveries, and it doesn't make sense what they figured out. They're just more and more confused because they don't understand that everything is just the energy of Krishna. So they cannot see. He's there in every atom, he's in our heart, and he's managing and harmonizing everything out of love. And he's waiting when will they understand. If we just understand that little thing, then all problems in life are finished. Because we think death, for example, is a problem. Death is not a problem. This is a misconception to think that death is a problem. Death is a great thing. If you know what it can be, death can be a very great thing. It's not a problem. We think disease is a problem. Disease is not a problem. These are just some experience we have to go through, and they feel bitter because we don't understand them. But once we understand what is behind, we don't care about this. I've seen people who were about dying and they were unlimitedly happy, very happy, because they understand. They don't care. They know they're going towards something. When you're going towards something which is beautiful, no matter what happens in life, it's not a big thing. It's a small thing. Because every step you do, you're experiencing the reality of that beauty and of that love. Mosquito bites, they are just little mosquito bites. Whatever can happen in this world is not really a problem. The biggest problem is that if we don't know where we are and if we are disconnected from that love, that's a big problem, because then it can last very long and we will not be happy. But once we understand there is a person who is the embodiment of unlimited and unconditional love, who loves me, and my goal is to connect this person, because we have the same nature, isn't it? This is unthinkable to think that we have exactly the same nature as God. That's why I was saying in the beginning that actually we are angels. It's true. The Vedas, they tell us that we have exactly the same quality like God. It's not pretentious, it's the truth. We are little. We cannot have the same quantity of love that He has, but we can have some quantity of love, and a lot. But we have the same nature than Him, exactly. That's why we are made to experience Him, and we will be happy only by this experience. Does it sound nice or not?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to you?
Sounds very nice, but there's still that question, is it real? Like the Matrix, where there's two realities, which
Yeah.
one is really real? Is
That's-
this material life the real thing?
No,
Or
that's
is it,
that's an
or is
illusion.
that spiritual thing the real thing? It's like,
The illusion is to think that God doesn't exist. That's what we call the illusion. When you understand that He exists and that He is everything and that He loves you and that everything else doesn't matter, then the illusion is finished. And you will experience it in your heart at every moment. But we are doubtful. Is it true? Is it not true? So when we are doubtful, we make a little step forward, then a little step backward, then a little step. So we cannot really experience. We have to step forward and give and connect with Him. Because we need to love Him back. That's how we connect with the happiness. By loving Krishna back. It's not that hard because we are made to love Him. And it doesn't mean that we will not love our family, our children. No, we will love them more. We will start to love them actually, really. We will start to also love this world because we will understand this world. Otherwise, this world is hard. It's very hard, the world in which we are living. Maybe when we are in New York, in a nice penthouse, with the view over Central Park, we find this life is not so bad. But it's not the same for everybody, I can tell you. If you go a little bit around the planet and the world, you will see that this world is not so easy. As long as you don't understand it, it's very hard. It's a very hard world, and so many people are suffering. Why? Because they don't understand it. As soon as you understand that there is God behind everything and that He loves you, no matter if you're the poorest of the poor, you'll be happy. I can guarantee you, because I'm very poor. I don't have any money. I don't have money, and I don't have a bank account with money. Some little thing, it's miserable, but I can be happy. There are some people poorer than me. It's not a question of money, it's a question of understanding. Because I know I don't care for this. I know God is there, He loves me. And I can feel His love. And I can experience it every day. Because I try to love Him back with all my heart. When you do this, then you start living. And you will experience God. We are not some kind of group of people who tell you you have to believe in God. And we cannot show you, but you have to believe because the book says that you have to believe, otherwise you will go to hell. No, we don't tell you that. We tell you, come and see by yourself, and you will see that God exists. Come and experience. That's what our master, Srila Prabhupada, came to give us. He came to give us the practical experience of God. He would say this: you are very intelligent and bright young boys and girls of America, come forward. See what we say in this book and try by yourself and you will see. He didn't need to, he knew everybody who tries will be convinced because it's real. It's real. It's not I can shake you like, some people they do this. You must believe, you must believe, you must believe. Yes. Okay, I think I start to believe now. That is this kind of things. But it's not real thing. But if you try to open your heart and just do like, okay, let it try if God exists. And let it do as if he would exist and behave like this. Speak to him. When things happen, accept that this is him making you a sign, you know? When difficulty happens, accept them as a blessing and not as something. This is not a difficulty, this is something to help you grow. We need difficulties to grow. Start to feel like this and then you will see. You will see that there will be some transformation in your heart and you will find out that, whoa, it's real. It needs to be experienced. Then you will start to discover that person which is unlimited beauty and love. I cannot tell you how much he loves you because my word cannot express it. But if I could tell you, you would cry. You would cry. This I am sure. Now I don't have time to tell you, oh, wow, I went too far, no? So you didn't tell me.
We loved it.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the time. I think I have to stop. I'm confused. Please forgive me. It was a difficult concept to bring into the reality of New York experience, you know, and background. Krishna. But I just try to introduce a few things about him. And I invite you, please try to discover who is Krishna, then you will understand what is happiness. I can promise you, and I can tell you that what you will discover is 1,000 times more than what I have tried to say today. And you will never be disappointed. Never ever. And all your problem will be finished because the experience you will have will be so much beautiful in compared to anything. Okay, I have to stop.